Granblue Fantasy Relink is an action RPG that I've been looking forward to playing since its first announcement back in 2016. The release date was expected to be at some point in 2022, but unfortunately earlier today it was announced that the game has been delayed until 2023. After the initial announcement, Granblue Fantasy Relink was expected to release back in 2018, but due to the increasing scope of the game and the change from its original premise, in the end it had to be delayed in order to make all the necessary changes. The Granblue series director Tetsuya Fukuhara addressed the first delay back in 2019 during an interview with Twinfinite, where he was asked a question about Relink no longer having a release window after the initial delay, and in response he said, "2018 was our initial goal. After the project kicked off, it continued to become more and more massive as the IP itself was growing at the same time. Also, it wasn't as easy as we initially thought to implement the full details of the Granblue world into 3D models, especially for the backgrounds. We didn't want to make compromises on the quality. It was possible to use the fastest and easiest way, but we didn't. That's the reason why the game hasn't been released yet. At the moment, it doesn't have a release date because we already delayed it once, and we never ever want to do it again. We will release that information once we're absolutely sure that we can hit that date without risking any more delays." In December 2020, it was announced that Relink would be releasing in 2022 with the newly announced PlayStation 5 version. And then in December 2021, it was announced that Relink would also be releasing worldwide in 2022, along with a Steam version. But despite what was previously said, things didn't go according to plan. Earlier today, the producer Yuito Kimura released a statement on the official Granblue Fantasy Relink website, and this is what it said. "The development team has been hard at work getting Granblue Fantasy Relink ready for its target release in 2022. We understand the excitement players have for this game, so it is with utmost regret that we announce that the release date will be pushed back a second time to 2023. Although internal and external circumstances pertaining to the coronavirus have been the primary hindrance for the development process, the entire staff has spared no effort in pushing to make up for lost time. However, considering the large-scale scope of this title, we believe more time is needed to further polish and optimize details and gameplay as we approach the final stretch. All graphical resources, scenario pieces, voices, music, and other assets are in a completed state. At this stage, we are focused on refining gameplay balance, debugging, improving audio and graphical fidelity, and making general improvements to the overall experience. We would like to ask for a little more of your patience. Further information was slated to be revealed in June 2022, but at the moment our plan is to share more details in December 2022. We can't wait to show you what we have." I assume the plan before the delay was to show a new trailer and some updated information about Relink during the Granblue Fantasy Extra Fest event in Japan, which is starting in June and taking place in multiple locations across Japan until August. Instead, more news is expected in December, which is most likely during the next main Granblue Fest event, where major information about the game is usually revealed. It does look like we'll have to wait a bit longer before we'll hear some new information, but over on the official Granblue Fantasy Relink Twitter account, we were shown a small gameplay clip of Gran and Lyria summoning Bahamut, which also revealed a small sample of the English voice acting in the game. I'll post a link to that video in the description, along with my own Twitter account where I'll be posting more information about Relink and talking about my own journey through the original Granblue Fantasy game that I started playing recently. I'm currently working on a few major videos for Granblue Fantasy Relink that will be released soon, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to be the first to know when those videos are available. 2023 seems like a year where there'll be other heavy-hitting RPGs, so Relink may have to go head-to-head with the likes of Final Fantasy XVI for attention. But that's only if the game doesn't face another delay. I will be making some new videos very soon, but until I make those videos, here are some other videos that you may find interesting.